Përshëndetje, mirë se erdhët tek Universiteti I Ndërpretësve Gjuhësor CIELS Milano.
Hello and welcome to CIELS Milano.
Bonjour, bienvenue à l'Université CIELS de Milan, école de médiation linguistique.
Guten Tag, herzlich willkommen zum CIELS Mailand.
Buenos días y bienvenidos a nuestra Escuela de Mediación Lingüistica CIELS.
Buongiorno a tutti e benvenuti alla CIELS di Milano, la scuola di mediazione linguistica.
Good afternoon and welcome at CIELS University School of Language Mediation. Our university got different field of specialization. We got diplomatic studies, we have legal management, communication, and tourism. Personally, I teach this course on sociology of tourism, trade, and finance. And we are talking today about a project that we carried out in the last 2 years. Milano 2015 Expo was a unique opportunity for global tourism. And in that occasion, we traced two kinds of explanation courses. One was on the Silk Road, and the other one, which is the course of this year, is about the Sea Road towards Expo 2020 Dubai. In the last 3 years, we got this work in progress, which was on the Silk Road, as I just mentioned. And with my tourism class, we studied a kind of path that started from the legacy of Expo 2050. The title of the project was The Silk Road in the Footsteps of Marco Polo, Travelers and Caravanserai. This kind of path was a sort of legacy that we got from Expo 2050 and we carried on in the last 2 years. Also, we studied the old base in which the traveler went from Venice here through the whole Asia to get to China. So that's why we called the project In the Footsteps of Marco Polo. And in this map, you can see two different ways to reach China. One was the Silk Road, through Asia. The other one was the road, the maritime road of Marco Polo, which goes from the Arabian country, India, and then went up to the China's Sea. So with my students, we working on the possibility to establish tourist travels, go through these countries in order to reach China in the middle of the 2070. And as a Silk Road, we studied, was the first global training and the first global trading in all this period. Then we had the Silk Road in a different way of culture, of food, and of course, religion. In these past 2 years, we had a very good connections with the Chinese university just to establish a kind of relationship on this path. Also, we had good results in a kind of dynamic class attitude in order to study the legacy of each expo. That's the problem when we have a kind of international exhibition like Expo, because the staff in these past 2 years was wondering what kind of legacy we can have and what kind of result we are going to gain about this kind of project. Next year, this coming year, we are going to work on another expo, which is going to be in Dubai. And Dubai is going to be another unique opportunity for global tourism. Because we are talking about global tourism, because if you can read this map, we have got in the past 3 years the Silk Road going northeast. Then we are going to have the Sea Road Expo 2020 to southeast. So it seems to us that the immigration flows, about tourists, of course, is going to east, is going to the Near East, to Asia and the Far East. So that's why you can understand this kind of flows, these tourist flows, with this kind of picture, because we got the tourists in Medio Oriente and plus the Middle East. So you can understand how it's going to grow up this kind of tourist flow from the west to the east. Also, we are going to propose another kind of project work, another kind of legacy project work about the Dubai 2020, about always a kind of in the footstep of Marco Polo. But this time we are going to the sea road. So we are going to explore the spice sea roads of Marco Polo, which is going to follow this kind of blue path. And the most important step is going to be to go to the Mediterranean Sea, down the Arabia Peninsula, and stop here in Dubai. So as you can see, we are going to follow the Spicy Roads Blue, which was established more or less in 1453. That's why we thought this kind of sailing trip from the Venice Lagoon to the Dubai's Lagoon. And this is most important for us because we are going to have this kind of experience. The legacy of Dubai Expo 2020 could be a kind of sailing and sea tourism. Especially the idea was that we can have, for the legacy, as we had with our class tourism about the Silk Road, we can have a kind of the legacy of Dubai Expo 2020, establishing a kind of a maritime training academy, which is going to have a kind of base in Palazzo Dugnani in Venice, and the other one in the southern district of Dubai. So we are going to establish this kind of path that goes from Venice and it arrives in south district of Dubai. What kind of collaboration we ask to the CIT, Canadian Institute of Technology? Of course, with my class of tourism, we are going to build up a case study about the legacy of Dubai 2020 that we can call, the Spice Road of Marco Polo. So my students, they are going to work in my class about writing down a kind of master plan. Then we will send the master plan to the CIT Digital Tourism class. And they are going to elaborate a kind of tourism information technology from airlines, destinations, accommodations, attraction, sports event, and food service. So all information from the CIT class are coming back to our student class about legacy class. So for Expo 2000 Dubai, we are going to have the spicy roads from Venice to Dubai, and we hope you are going to have a pleasant journey. Thank you very much. I hope I see you very soon. Ciao, arrivederci.